£10,000 reward after an intercity train was derailed by vandals. It emerged in the past few hours that the derailment of a train in London last night could have resulted in a disaster. The police say it was caused deliberately, and they've offered a reward of £10,000 for information. The train, an express from Oxford to London, hit something on the track and travelled for more than a mile before it left the rails. If it had come off a few hundred yards earlier, it might well have gone over a viaduct. There were more than 100 passengers on the train. The Transport Secretary, Cecil Parkinson, called it mindless vandalism and said, "Whoever takes this sort of risk ought to realise that they are facing the risk of being murderers." Our transport correspondent, Christopher Wayne, reports.
The crash happened as the Intercity Express was approaching West London. Just outside Hanwell, it hit an obstruction at 70 miles an hour, careered along for half a mile before becoming derailed, then ripped up a further half mile of track before crashing into West Ealing station. Moments afterwards, diesel fuel ignited and the train caught fire. Amazingly, only a handful of passengers were hurt. Later, investigators found how lucky they'd been. It emerged there'd been not just one, but two obstructions, apparently placed deliberately on the line. The first was a concrete block. It was removed by railway gangers, but then it seems the vandals struck again. It's understood the second obstruction was a heavy piece of rail. And if the train had jumped from the tracks at this point on the Hanwell viaduct, there's no doubt it would have plunged 75 feet into a river. Instead, it pushed the piece of rail ahead of it for another half mile until it hit a set of points. Today, both the Transport Secretary and British Rail's chairman visited the scene and voiced their anger at what had happened.
It's total disgust, it's horror, they're monsters, affecting the safety of my customers and the safety of my staff. It's an appalling thing.
The signs are that a crime has been committed. That crime could have turned into murder. And had it turned into murder, then the people who did it would have gone to jail for a very, very long time. And they would have deserved it.
British Rail say this sort of incident happens on average about 3 times a week. So far, no one's been killed or seriously injured, but that's largely because of luck. Last night, the luck nearly ran out.